Hi, it's Beth from the Speech and Language Garden here. This is a little video to tell you about the freebie that's for speech sounds. It's available on my website, speechlanguagegarden.com, under the freebies tab. There's a few freebies on there, so help yourself to whatever you need. But there's lots of questions that I've been receiving for about 10 years since I've been a speech therapist. Are there specific sounds that children should be able to use by specific ages? And actually, yes, there are. There's a whole kind of pattern of development of speech sounds. So that's what I've got here in this freebie for you. Single page handout, which is always quite nice. And I set it out into ages. These are rough approximate ages, and different linguistic theorists argue about different specific ages. But for example, if you have a 3.5-year-old who's just turned 3.5, then they wouldn't be able to say all of these specific sounds, but they'll be the ones that you'll be expecting to hear emerging over the next few months. So it's set out into by 2 years, by 3.5, by 4 years, and by 5 and 6. So the first sounds to emerge are the lip sounds, p and b and m usually. It's kind of why we're called mummy, because it's a lip sound that you can see. We've got w, n and h there as well. Then some later sounds to occur by 4 years old. A s, like a flowy sound, a s sound for socks, and a f for fish or for. And then much later are the later sounds like a sh, ch, j, l, r. So those are later sounds to develop. So if you have a 3-year-old who's not saying their all sound just yet, then don't worry, because they just probably need a little bit more time. So if you are a bit concerned about a child's speech sound development, then you're welcome to print off this freebie that's on the website. But if you're in an early years setting, either a nursery, preschool, childminder setting, or in a reception class, and you are specifically concerned about a child's particular sounds, and you've got the speech sounds screener that's available on the website under the resources tab for you, which helps you to be able to isolate particular sounds at the beginning of words. So I've got here w for whale, b for bee, h for horse, p for pig, m for mouse, and n for net. And then there's in the screener as well, there is a record sheet that you can record down the child's responses, and you've got a couple of columns so you can record once, and then in about 3-4 months time double check to see if you can track. And also a little data tip, because I use this in clinic now, and a little data tip I do is I'll just add up how many sounds they've got ticked, or how many sounds that I've got worried on, and I'll just keep a little tally score there, and then I can always do a percentage from that. And there's an extra, so this is also in the speech sounds screener. I also like to colour things in to see where children go, and also this is really good to help parents to work out whether there's a difficulty with speech sounds or not. So a little one I was working with had all of these sounds absolutely nailed, not a problem. However, they did have a little difficulty with their k sound and their g sound. So I was able to fill in this half of the butterfly, but not this half. But the child was older. This is for 3-year-olds. The child was older, this child was 4, so it really helped to indicate that those sounds were a bit tricky because they had some of these sounds on the caterpillar all coloured in, so that's why we needed to work on those sounds. So those are some resources available for you on the website. The freebie, go ahead and get that, and then the screener if you want to have a look at that and some more information. If you do have any worries or any concerns about children in your setting and you can't access a speech therapist, then please do contact me. I can't always give advice on specific children, but I can certainly pinpoint you in the direction of where you might need to go if you need to refer, or if you need to give a little bit of extra time for a little one, or if you need some games ideas to help your little ones with their speech sounds. So you can contact me via the website, speechlandlanguagegarden.com. You can find me on my Facebook page, on my Instagram page, I think I'm on Pinterest too, I'm on Twitter and LinkedIn. You can also email me, thespeechandlanguagegarden@gmail.com.